Carcassone Towers. They are, of course, what power the runes. Them and the mushrooms. Greetings and welcome back to more Cities, Skylines, and the wonderful wizarding city of Wizardtopia, which is getting all of our attention this week. Sort of, anyway. I mean, it's not quite as much attention in individual episode terms as it is used to, but at least it's getting plenty of playtime, and it is getting uploaded quite a lot, which is, I suppose, a form of attention, and maybe it's the best form of attention. Who knows? We are here in our new Runic district, just over the large park that we put up here, which is rather unimaginatively still named Park with Trees. Let's rename that Rune Park. There we go. It is now named Rune Park, and you know, the residents are starting to fill up this area. They do have some garbage problems, to be fair. But then they are an awful long way from the nearest garbage dumps. Should we, I'm sorry about this, we're going to try dropping a garbage dump down here in the City of the Dead. Bear with me. It's not that I want the City of the Dead to be full of garbage dumps, but it'll brown up the area, and this is something I meant to do anyway as an experiment to see whether these trees will brown up, these ones that are part of plots, if there's a garbage dump right next to them. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the garbage dump is going to stay there, but you know, it's something to experiment with, and we need another garbage dump, so fine, it's done. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way that it is, and you'll have to learn to live with it. Good, fine. What we're going to do this episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wizard up this area that we built last time, or in fact over the last 2 episodes. So let's get ourselves some mushrooms. Look, we've got a stargate. We've got loads of cool mods and stuff, haven't we? So there's loads of cool things we can do. Let's start with like just mushrooming it all up. And in fact, we're going to get rid of a lot of these like palm trees and stuff, because they're not especially wizardy, palm trees. And we're going to have like mushrooms. Just mushrooms around. A bit mushroomy. It's maybe a little bit chaotic. We could just make a little mushroom forest. Little mushroom forest in the middle of this bit. This is like their garden. Have we got anything else we can put in there? We can give them the blossom tree. We're not going to give them the blossom tree. That's for the City of the Dead, and the City of the Dead only. We could probably give them a stargate. Should we give them a stargate? It's an ancient stargate. It doesn't work, but it looks pretty. Let's put that. Oh, it needs to be by a road, does it? It actually needs to be by a road. Let's put it there. It's just like a little monument. Just at this power. Why does it need power if it doesn't work? Who knows? Anyway, look, it now has power, so it's fine. It's probably a little bit over the top here. Should we delete some of these? We just want a handful of mushrooms, just in these people's back garden. That there is fine. We'll do a few more here as well. Just scatter them artfully around. Just you know, kind of like your painting, but with mushroom models. Just sort of like dabbing colour here and there. A couple of big ones, a couple of little ones. That one's actually clipping right into the building there. Look, that's. I like that. I like that a lot. We'll go with some of these as well. And maybe have like a line of mushrooms along this road, like this. Oops. Oh, congratulations! We have become a grand city, opening up the solar power plant to our constructive capability, which means we can finally harness the sun spirits, which I know the magicians, the mages, the wizards, who are particularly focused on such things, will be thrilled about. They'll be thrilled to hear about that. Let's just finish building our little wall of mushrooms along here. There we go. That's all right. That's all right. Maybe we could just come along here as well. Sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's get rid of some of the trees, though. Do we have anything else we can put in here? I'm sure we do, you know. I'm sure we got loads of cool stuff. let's have a Carcassonne Tower. Let's have one right there. Pow! Oh, that's awesome. It's a proper wizarding tower, just kind of like positioned artfully on the end of this. In fact, let's have a few of those scattered around. We'll have one right in the middle here as well. Look, pow! We'll put one right in the middle there as well. Pow! Some might say this is overkill now, that we've just gone crazy and we've got this line of Carcassonne Towers. Let's make that a thing. Let's have those Carcassonne Towers going all the way along here. Look, we can have another one there. We can have another one right there. We can have another one in these people's garden like that. Another one there, and then one just capping it off at the end there like that. And maybe we can have one there, and we can have one here and there. Job done! Carcassonne Towers, they are of course what power the runes, them and the mushrooms. I mean, the mushrooms probably grow up around the Carcassonne Towers, or form sort of sharp edges like I have done here for reasons that are reasons. It's good, I like it. It takes a lot of time, to be fair, to kind of put these things down. It feels like we're not really achieving anything else when we're doing that, but it does make it prettier, I suppose. So let's continue it across this side. I think this doesn't need to be quite so wall-like as well. Let's get the mushrooms back. More mushrooms, please. Yeah, some of these maybe. I kind of feel like there should be something in there. Can we maybe put something, an old cinema perhaps? Sure, why not? We put an old cinema down. Anything else? Let's put a Japanese garden. Pow! Japanese garden and an old cinema and a Carcassonne. It's all coming together. I don't think anybody would argue for a moment that this wasn't beautifully designed, architecturally near perfect, and magically completely sound. It's certainly the residents like it because they keep leveling up, look, despite the fact that garbage is piling up for them. Look at all the cars parked in here. Maybe they could have done with some actual parking. I don't know if you can build parking in this game. I've never seen it, if you can. I know there are a few mods that potentially add things like, look, the Carcassonne Tower, just surrounded by even taller regular towers. That's quite cool. Quite cool indeed. Good. I guess we'll just finish this episode out by continuing to beautify things. I mean, we kind of like, let's just continue as we started, shall we? It feels like we maybe not achieve very much, but then look, let's put a stargate down. How can you think for a moment that we've not achieved much when we've put stargates? If you've built not just one stargate but two stargates, I think that's a hell of an achievement. I think that's the sort of achievement where you can put your feet up after that and say, you know what, I have pretty much done one of the best things that I could ever do in creating a Stargate. Admittedly, they're not actually functioning Stargates, so I suppose if they were actual functioning Stargates, that might be slightly more true. As non-functioning Stargates, it's more a case of kind of like, hey, look at that, that's kind of cool. Which is still valid, I think, but perhaps not as valid. At least we can plant mushrooms, though. I don't know what my girlfriend would think if I were to build an actual Stargate. If she would consider that time well spent. I mean, obviously not a functioning star. If I built an actual functioning Stargate, then quite honestly, I think I would be due, some kind of prize, if not worldwide recognition as the most awesome individual ever to have lived. Assuming, of course, Goa'uld didn't come through it and try and enslave humanity, which wouldn't be so good. And people would generally, I suspect, be less than impressed if that were to be the case. I'm just putting mushrooms everywhere. At least, no one here will be ever short of, mushrooms to go on their, toast in the morning or something. You don't need to go down the shops. You can just go outside and hack off a bit of mushroom from from one of the many vast toadstools that grow outside. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Great. The Thorn Estate is now thoroughly mushroomified. Mushrooms mixed with trees over here, which we don't approve of. We'll just get rid of the trees. Just a scattering. Put some pink mushrooms in at the top as well, just because. Because they like it. They like it like that in that part of town. Is there anything we can put down here? We'll give them a wheelbarrow. There we go. They've got a wheelbarrow. We'll give them maybe a plaza as well. Plaza with trees. A couple of plazas with trees. They're so happy that 2 new plazas with trees just has no impact on them. They just can't get any happier. Look, if we click on them, look, he's thrilled. He's right next door to a building that's totally ablaze and could easily, like, come crashing down. But he doesn't care. He's like, you know, the 13 residents are happy as Lara. Even the ones in the building which is on fire are thrilled to bits. Look at them. Happy chappies. Is a fire engine in attendance? Look, the fire wizards actually are in attendance. It's okay. They will deal with things. No wonder they're happy. I would be happy too if I was in a building that was on fire, and specifically if the fire wizards, or indeed regular emergency fire people, whatever we call them, if they were in attendance and were successfully putting the fire out. If that were the situation, I suppose that would actually make me quite happy as well. A few mushrooms in here. Little cops of mushrooms. Mushroom cops. Is that a word? I suppose if you had giant mushrooms, giant tree-like mushrooms, it would probably be a word. Alright, there we go. I think we have made a fair amount of... Progress is the wrong word. A fair amount of beautification. We have done art today. You know, we haven't done engineering, we haven't done city planning, we haven't done science, we haven't done alchemy, we haven't done any of those kind of practical or useful things, but we have done art. We've made things beautiful. At least, well, let's go and see if they're beautiful from the ground, shall we? Let's have a little wander around. There's a burned down building, which, where was that? Let's get rid of that. Let's get back down on the ground. Look at the purple grass. How... Somehow we're next to a dump. What dump are we next to? I don't know. Are we in... I think we've wound up in, we've wound up in the City of the Dead. Can we figure out how to get out of here? I think it's this way, look. Oh, no, wait. Is that... it must be this way. Along here. And then up here, I think. And then there's the... No, okay, no, we have to go round another spoke. Well, that's not very good, is it? Look at that, there's just a pile of rubble here. That's... oh, that's just fantastic. Alright, let's carry on. I think over here, if we go up and over... Look, there's a Carcassone Tower. This must be the right area, look. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the first Rune neighborhood, I think. This would be the commercial district, I guess. Is that right? It's kind of hard to tell from ground level, isn't it? Let's head up. Head up to here, and then along, and then... Oh yes, this is exactly the sort of thing I would expect to find in my Runic area, because a lot of roads end in dead ends. It's just the way that it's made. Let's go up here then, and up here, up the hill. You don't realise how hilly it is until you actually come down. Look, it's so hilly I can't actually go up it. It's too hilly for me. There we go. There we go. Another mushroom swaying beautifully in the wind. I really like those mushrooms. I really do. I think they're fantastic. Let's continue to go up. More mushrooms. And, okay, here we go. Look, here we go. We're alongside, look, we're alongside the Rune district now. This would be the residential part. We've got a lot of mushrooms. A really lot of mushrooms. The Carcassone Tower, of course. There's the old cinema. Right on a steep hillside, which means it's it's not beautifully placed. It has to be said. We might want to think about moving that. There is the Japanese garden. Again, kind of slopey. I would have thought. That's obviously magic is holding that pond together. Heading on down into the residential portion proper. More Carcassone Towers, more like crazy slopes. There's a bit of empty land there. Uh-oh, look, power problems. Is this the Thorn Estate? I think that is the Thorn Estate. Then again, it might not be the Thorn Estate. Who knows? Anyway, look, that'll do for now, I think. Let's just jump back down to the surface and we'll say goodbye because I'm inside a building. Alright, we'll do it from up here. Fantastic. Right, well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. It's been another wonderful Wizarding City of Wizardtopia episode. I hope you're not getting too sick of these just yet. Bear with me. It will only be this week, and then we'll be back to a more regular distribution of things. Although if it is popular, if people like it, or if people want to see this done with other games, it's something that I will definitely look at potentially doing in the future again. So please do leave comments. Let me know what you think. Good or bad, it's always good to get feedback from people and to know, what kind of reaction a video creates. And, am I doing a good thing? Am I doing a bad thing? Who knows? Anyway, I will leave that up to you. For now, I have been Weird Wizard. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and I will see you later. If the weather's not too bad, it's pretty windy by the looks of it. You know what? We're past halfway. We're going to have to turn back. It's just it's just been a terrible expedition. We've made it like a couple of 100 feet. Well, what experience.